We're at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center, the 700 block of South 1st Street here in Muleshoe, and as you can see, the tree is coming down. Possibly this is the oldest tree in Muleshoe and maybe even Bailey County. And we have with us right now, what's your name?
Lee Thompson.
Lee Thompson, and the name of your company that's taking down this big old tree.
It's Thompsons Tree Experts out of Lubbock, Texas.
And now, have you ever taken down a tree bigger than this one?
Yes. And
how old was that one?
it was 105 years old in Dalhart, Texas.
And so I know you count the rings down at the very base, so you will be able to really know specifically how old the tree is when you get to the base, right?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Now, but how long have you been doing this, Lee?
Since I was 18 years old. Let's see, about 13 years now. But my whole family, I'm the 4th generation of tree trimmers.
Oh, really? All in Lubbock?
Yes.
All in Lubbock. Well, that is interesting. Now, so you've got a good estimation of how old you think this tree really is. What is your estimation right now?
I believe it's about 100 to 110 years old.
Really? And so it might be the oldest one that you've ever taken down.
Yes, yes.
Now, what's the technique? How did you start?
How did I start taking the tree down? Yeah, well, I start from the top and I start taking a limb off at a time, and we take off the feeder roots, and then we just start from the top, start taking the tree down.
Now, why is it necessary for this old tree to be taken down?
Well, because the roots are going underneath the building and messing up the foundation of this building. And when you start tearing into the roots of a tree, then you start, eventually die back anyway.
And also, they're going to have to put on a new roof after our hail, and I bet that messes up a roof up there in the top, doesn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
And so, do you mind telling us, because this is a public entity supported by our taxes, how much is it going to cost the Muleshoe Area Hospital District to take the tree down?
It's going to cost them about $6,500.
And how many days will it take you?
It'll take me about two and a half days.
And so you started this morning on Monday, July the 28th, 2014?
Yes, at 8 o'clock.
Now, did anybody tell you who planted this tree or any history on it?
No.
You don't know anything?
No, ma'am.
We have been told, and we certainly do not know if this is correct, and we will check on it, that it probably was planted by Dorothy and Dr. L.T. Green, and I'm guessing it would have been Dorothy Green, or she had someone help her, and maybe possibly it wasn't even planted, it was transplanted, because I'm guessing Dorothy Green would be a little under 100 years old. So do you think that would have been possible, maybe that it was transplanted?
Yes, that is absolutely possible.
I know one thing, the Greens lived 50 years next door to us, and her mother and father came from way up north. And the first thing they did when they got here was plant 4 elm trees in the front of their yard. And everybody was saying, oh, not elms, not elms. So I guess the Greens liked elms, if that is the true story, that they planted this tree. Now, looking over past this, our shoulders, there is a building down there that really was a house. And when we came here 60 years ago, well, that house was actually occupied by the surgical nurse of the hospital. And so that was originally a house that residents lived in.
Well, that is pretty neat.
Yeah. And so Jenny Clark was the surgical nurse for Dr. W.F. Birdsong, Dr. T.M. Slimmons, and Dr. B.O. McDaniel when we came here in 1954. And she came with them from Amherst and lived there in that house. Of course, later it was Dr. Pummel's office, and then Dr. Purdy's office. And so the whole thing has a lot of history.
Sounds like it. Sounds like it. Yes, it does.
Now, that is an elm tree. Do you take down a lot of elms?
Yes, I probably take down more maples than I do anything. But yes, we do take down quite a bit of elm trees.
Well, now, why more maple trees than anything else?
Maples need lots of iron for one. They need lots of water, and it's just too hot in this climate for maples to live.
I see. So before you plant a tree, you need to know what's best for West Texas, right?
That is correct, yes.
And of course you have to go back and say, that an elm doesn't need much water and it doesn't need much care. So maybe that is the very best thing that our pioneers really knew best. Now down here in the south end of this lot, there's a lot of elms. Are they okay? Or are they bothering the hospital?
No, ma'am, it doesn't look like they're quite a ways from the hospital. It doesn't look like there's no structure foundation problems or nothing like that. So I would say they're okay. Now, there is one around the corner here where the hospital is located, around the corner by the maintenance department, that is right up next to the building, say like this tree here, that will eventually or is possibly causing foundation issues.
I see. And I bet they cause plumbing issues too.
That is correct, yes.
Very, very easily. And so how many men do you have working with you on this project, counting yourself?
There is 5 of us.
5 of you. I understand one of them you even brought in who had worked with you for years from Kansas.
That is correct, yes.
And he has his own business now?
Yes, he does. Yeah, he owns a business in Liberal, Kansas. And he's a real good bucket operator, and he's a good tree guy. And he's been with me on and off for about maybe 8 years now.
Well, it needs experience on a job like this, don't you?
Oh yeah, that is correct. I just can't do it all, though.
I'm sure that's right. We understand that. Well, we're here at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center, and probably the oldest tree in Muleshoe is being cut down here because of the problems it's creating with the building and the foundation.